Dennis Kirkegaard Jensen writes, "Hi, Campea's Collider crew. Time to get really sweaty. Everybody is talking about Batman vs. Superman as the first DCEU movie, forgetting that Man of Steel or the events in Man of Steel clearly is going to have a great impact on the franchise as a whole. Man of Steel featured a prequel comic where it's revealed that in the open pod within the scout ship used to be Supergirls, and with Darkseid rumored to be the villain of the Justice League Part 1 and 2, what do you think are the chances of Superman Batman, the Supergirl from Krypton issues 8 through 13, or simply Superman Batman Apocalypse being the source material for those movies? Bring on the filthy."
I think the likelihood of those being source material are thin. Like, really, there is no source material for Batman v Superman. I mean, they've drawn inspiration from several sources, as a matter of fact. I have very little doubt that they could go in the direction of drawing inspiration from those issues, but I don't think anything's going to serve as source material. We have brought up a number of times on the show over the past couple years, ever since that initial prequel comic to Man of Steel came out, where we saw Kara, I believe her name is, Superman's cousin, thousands of years ago, crash land on Earth, but get out and walk away. Now, in Man of Steel, when Superman finds that ship, he sees one pod with a dead skeleton in it, and he finds the other pod open and empty. That was the one that we assume was the one that Kara got out and walked away from. And we thought, what will be the repercussions of that? They didn't do that for no reason. We've speculated on the show, could she then become the descendant, what would become the Amazonian race? That where we see Wonder Woman come from, could Wonder Woman be a direct descendant and have some Kryptonian power, some Kryptonian blood in her? Possibility. Could she have evolved in what became, the Atlantean race? Who knows? But it does provide DC with a built-in mechanism for explaining what we would call supernatural superpowers in the world. Or it could be nothing at all. I tend to believe that Kara Zor-El walking away from that ship, I do believe that will play into the origins of either Wonder Woman or some other race of some sorts. I think it's got to play a role in it. I don't know. What do you think, Mark?
It's a great speculation. Yeah, they're going to use a lot of different versions of source material. I think Superman Batman Apocalypse, or Batman Superman Apocalypse, is also going to play into this storyline in the Justice League Part 1 and 2 somehow. But let's not forget, I don't think a lot of people aren't aware that Man of Steel started this new universe. Now, whatever you think about that movie, I know some people love it, some people aren't huge fans of it, but at the very least, it gave us a great universe in which to tell more stories. So I think people acknowledge Man of Steel as the beginning of that.
Yeah, I think people absolutely acknowledge it because, I mean, even when you see the trailer, the last trailer for Batman v Superman, and you're flashing back to the destruction that happened at the end of Man of Steel, that you have to, you're saying, look, this is what happened in that other movie. Remember it because it has an impact on the universe going further. Now, as far as the Supergirl stuff, I think you're absolutely right. I think that what they did, again, looking at what had happened throughout the Marvel Cinematic Universe and saying, okay, they set things up. You should take clues from them and things that they've done and set that up. And I think that that's what they did. And I love your idea as far as maybe she was the one who started off the Amazons. I think that's a great thing. And even if that's not necessarily that particular one, they will be setting up these little Easter eggs throughout the universe. That's why they need, this movie, Batman v Superman, is going to make so much money.
Bank.
So much money. And then I think Suicide Squad is going to do really well. So it's like, I just, as long as it's good, as long as Batman v Superman is good and we can start dropping these Easter eggs and making them pay off,
it's got to be really good. Yeah. It's got to be really, it's kind of got to be great.
Hey guys, if you like this clip, click here to watch the entire episode. Also, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel because it'll help you stay up to date with all the stuff we've got going on here at Collider.